Introduction: The age of the mystery purchase. Walk into a toy store, open a mobile game, or scroll through social media, and the pattern becomes impossible to miss. Sealed boxes, mystery packs, randomized rewards, limited editions, rare pulls. From blind box collectibles like Labubu and Pop Mart figures, to Pokémon card packs, to loot boxes in video games, modern consumer culture has embraced one dominant idea. You don't buy what you want anymore. You buy the chance to get it. On the surface, this feels playful, nostalgic, even harmless. But beneath the colorful packaging and cheerful marketing is a deeper economic signal, one that reflects insecurity, stagnation, and declining opportunity. The blind box craze is not just a trend. It is a mirror of an economy that struggles to offer stability and instead monetizes surprise, scarcity, and hope. Part 1. What is a blind box economy? A blind box is simple. You purchase a product without knowing exactly what you'll receive. Some outcomes are common, some are rare. A few are extremely rare. Pokémon cards use this system. So do collectible figures. So do loot boxes in video games. The excitement comes from uncertainty. This business model is not new, but its dominance is. Blind boxes have moved from niche hobbies into mainstream consumer culture at the exact moment when economic confidence has begun to erode. That timing matters. Part 2. From buying value to buying chance. In stronger economic periods, consumer spending follows a predictable pattern. People work, they save, they buy something meaningful, they keep it. That system depends on confidence in the future. But as wages stagnate and costs rise, long-term goals become harder to reach. Homeownership feels distant. Financial security feels fragile. Upward mobility feels uncertain. Blind boxes thrive in this environment because they offer something cheaper than progress. They offer excitement. Instead of buying a complete product, consumers buy possibility. Instead of long-term satisfaction, they get a short-term rush. This is not a coincidence. It is adaptation. Part 3. Why Pokémon never left but evolved. Pokémon is one of the clearest examples of this shift. Originally, trading card packs were about collecting, trading, and playing. Today, Pokémon cards are financialized. Rare pulls are treated like lottery wins. Pack openings are streamed live. Values fluctuate like stocks. For many people, Pokémon cards have become a substitute for investing. Not because they outperform traditional assets, but because traditional assets feel inaccessible. When people feel locked out of housing, markets, and wealth-building tools, they look for value wherever they can find it, even in cardboard. Part 4. Loot boxes and the gamification of spending. Loot boxes took the blind box idea and perfected it. Bright visuals, sound effects, progress bars, artificial scarcity. These systems are designed to maximize dopamine, not value. The reward doesn't come from winning. It comes from almost winning. This is the same psychological mechanism used in gambling, but instead of casinos, it's games. Instead of chips, it's digital currency. Instead of adults, it's often children. This normalized micro-gambling at a massive scale, and it trained an entire generation to associate spending with chance rather than exchange. Part 5. The role of economic stress. Blind box systems flourish when people feel financially constrained, emotionally overwhelmed, uncertain about the future. In these conditions, small purchases feel manageable. $10 for a blind box feels safer than saving for something larger. $2 for a loot box feels insignificant, but repeated small spending adds up. And because the reward is unpredictable, spending often increases rather than decreases. This mirrors broader economic behavior in times of decline. When people lose faith in long-term planning, short-term gratification fills the gap. Part 6. Manufactured scarcity in a world of abundance. We live in an era of mass production. Most of these items could be produced in unlimited quantities, but scarcity is manufactured. Limited runs, ultra-rare variants, hidden odds. This artificial scarcity reflects the broader economy. There is enough housing, but not enough access. Enough food, but rising prices. Enough productivity, but stagnant wages. Blind boxes replicate the same logic. Abundance exists. Access does not. Part 7. Why collecting replaced building. Previous generations built wealth slowly. They accumulated assets that appreciated over time. Today, many people collect instead. Figures, cards, skins, digital items. Collecting offers the feeling of progress without actual security. Shelves fill up. Wallets empty. Nothing truly grows. It looks like prosperity. It functions like consumption. Part 8. Corporations follow the money. Corporations are not creating blind box economies out of creativity. They are responding to constraints. When people stop buying large, expensive items, companies don't raise wages. They fragment products. They gamify purchases. They extract value in smaller, repeatable transactions. Blind boxes are capitalism's response to shrinking purchasing power, not a solution, an adjustment. Part 9. The feedback loop of escape. Blind boxes don't just respond to economic stress. They reinforce it. Money spent chasing rare items is money not saved. Lack of savings increases anxiety. Anxiety drives more impulsive spending. It becomes a loop powered by hope. Part 10. What this says about the economy. When an economy is healthy, it sells stability. When an economy is struggling, it sells distraction. Blind boxes, Pokémon packs, and loot boxes are not signs of prosperity. They are signs that people are being asked to gamble emotionally because they can no longer invest structurally. Conclusion. Surprise. As a substitute for security. The blind box craze is not about toys, not about cards, not about games. It is about uncertainty. When societies cannot offer clear paths to stability, they offer excitement instead. When progress feels unreachable, chance becomes appealing. Blind boxes are not killing the economy. They are reflecting it. And until the underlying conditions change, until stability, opportunity, and security return, surprise will remain one of the most profitable products of all.